What is up, party rental people? I am sorry I'm sorry I ran a little bit late this week. I'm doing this at 9 o'clock instead of 8. I've been running around doing crazy stuff all day, but the show must go on like always. I have a special treat for you today. It's just gonna be me talking. I'm lying. It's not just gonna be me talking. I have a whole bunch of different YouTubers here. We're gonna introduce them one by one, and we're gonna start off with somebody you already know and love.
Oh, I'm first? Okay, great. Hi.
He's
How you
like, "Oh,
doing?
I wasn't ready for it. I saw
Hey, I got like a million YouTube channels, so go check them out.
it." But today, what are you coming in as?
I'm coming in as the tank guy. I also have a YouTube channel about FEC, Family Entertainment Centers, and then another YouTube channel just about interviewing businesses, which no videos are up there yet because I just did 2 interviews today.
That's interesting. And then our next guest is Les.
Hello.
DRB Vlogs.
Can I comment? I'm trying to comment here.
Yeah, the comments are in there.
Can only comment on the private chat for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna figure that out in a
Yeah,
bit.
you put it in the private chat. You got to do it in the comments.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I can't see.
So mention
Neither
your
can
channel a little bit, buddy. What do you talk about?
Yeah, I can't see the comments. So yeah, TRB vlogs, tents, tables, chairs. We have an event company, event business, just like you all, and yeah, mostly tents. I think we're getting mostly into tents.
And garlic.
And yeah, we have side businesses like garlic, and there are side projects on the channel, so check them out. And
Right. You're definitely a party rental guy, right?
oh yeah, that's the core, and that will continue to be the core. So far, so good in that regard.
All right. And now I think we're gonna introduce our next guest here. You ready for it? And the bartending, photo boothing, rental guy. He's gaming out. What's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. How's it going? Oh, all my friends are here. How you doing? My name's Lee. I'm the bartending, photo boothing, rental guy, and this here's a little arcade machine. I normally do tents, tables, chairs, blah blah blah, but video games. I'm just trying my hand at that. So, thanks for having me in the live stream.
Dude, you're more than welcome. I love your pizzazz and your energy. Dude, I've been meaning to talk to you honestly, and we could talk about this live while people like the whole purpose of the stream, everybody, is for you to ask us questions, and we're just gonna have conversations about the tent industry in between that, and try and educate and talk about our year. But we also would love to answer your questions, so you can go ahead and comment below all your questions. So
I got a question first.
what's up?
Lee, have you started making money renting out the video game rigs and video games?
Yes. The Mario the gaming chairs and the Mario wheels, everyone loves. The arcade, no. The VR, no. But I mean, who rents one arcade, right? So I would probably have to get a bunch and have to market it better. So, but the video game chairs are going out every weekend. So I've actually that'll be my next video. Is I'm posting an event where I did like bartending and video game chairs, blah blah blah.
Right. How much are the video game chairs going out for?
Well, I'm basing my price on maybe it's like off of one of your videos. I do like 8. I want to pay for each thing in 8 rentals, so I basically just take the price that I paid for it and divide by 8. So then they're all separately. So the wheels, I paid like 125 Canadian each. The chairs, I paid 499 Canadian each, and there's like the Switch, whatever, 1/8 of. I think it's like 200 or $300 for the whole setup, right? I couldn't overprice it because no one's gonna book it. So
Right. Oh, that's good. The chairs were only $99.
$499.
Oh, $499. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I've been I went to the IAPA and I seen so many VR like goggles and all that. I didn't even get to put one on. I was honestly like heartbroken. Like I am into the metaverse. I have NFTs. I love crypto and I'm even thinking about doing my own NFT project, and I literally didn't put one VR headset on an entire because I was just surrounded by party rentals and bounce houses and games and I didn't have the time to sit there and try and like actually enjoy myself and play in a VR for 20 minutes because I was doing so much running around. But dude, it is coming.
VR is the future.
So it is coming so hard into the entertainment industry. It is the next thing. Like I literally saw. So Ready Player One. Did you guys see that movie at all? Where basically in VR and all that, or no? But if you're into that, like basically that movie's premise is you're inside a video game and they have this suit you wear in the real life and you can feel everything. Huh?
Haptics. A haptic suit. That's what you call it.
Exactly. I'm already looking into it. I'm like, listen, as soon as they go public, that's something I'm investing in, or I'm trying to like that's something crazy. Like I'm literally walking by and they have that suit that was in this movie that's a premise like in real life, and I was like, wow.
They had a company there that builds out a storage container, and in the storage container, there's kind of like 3D stuff, but it's all blank. And then you put on these VR goggles, and then everything turns into like a spaceship or whatever. And when you're feeling around, you can feel the 3D like monitors and stuff. But when you're just like watching it in real life, not in VR, it just looks kind of silly. But so it's the storage container that you just put on a trailer and drop off at events. Or drop off in front of your current, say you got a family entertainment center and you don't know if you're going to do VR yet. You drop that off, see how it goes. You bring it to corporate events, and it's just like the game that I was watching was they were in a spaceship doing battle and touching the controls and doing all these, joysticks and whatever. It was really neat.
They had the inflatables at IAAPA. At Mega Entertainment. There was a bunch of VR headsets like in an inflatable that was spaced out. It was insane. Like, what do you think,
Scott? We're from Canada.
Get into VR. Right now, it's nothing, but it's gonna be something, and you want to be one of the first people. The technology is gonna change so much, so just be ready for it and kind of think into the future, right? Because it's going to get cheaper, it's going to get more popular, and so think ahead of the curve with that. I mean, VR escape rooms, VR whatever, VR everything is the future. So start building your VR stores now if you can.
I disagree.
You do. We talk about this all the time, so we fight about it.
Yeah, me and Lee have a battle with VR. I say VR is not going to get far, and it's going to be like 3D TVs where they came, they went away. 3D TVs. You put the goggles on. Who does that anymore?
Yeah.
People like that. It's. Can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
No, it's my turn to talk. Just kidding. Go ahead.
It's the Apple glasses. It's the augmented reality that's going to be the real thing.
I hope I'm wrong for the sake of you guys.
Exactly.
But
I hope I'm wrong.
Augmented reality. Do you understand what that is, though? It's not just VR. Do you know what augmented reality is?
Yeah. So the other thing is there was a couple like VR stores in like the malls around here. All of them went out of business, and maybe it wasn't the right time or whatever. Because timing is a big thing, right?
Right.
But like, yeah, they all friggin' went out of business. Like, I don't have a good example of a VR place. I suppose like Oculus is probably selling a ton of.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one.
Well, go ahead.
I just feel like at the end of the day, I don't know, like the technology is changing so fast. Like you need quite an extensive setup. You need power. It's like almost a different world. Versus like tables, chairs, tents.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a different. It might work, and I hope it works. But I think there's a lot of hype around it, and like you said, there's tons of companies already, so there's gonna be like stiff competition. So like everybody's talking to me about VR, and like I'm kind of disagreeing with them. So hopefully hopefully we'll see. I mean, I want to disagree occasionally, but. And by disagree, I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be like the future in the sense that like, what is like people are going to be walking around with headsets on their faces. Like right. You can only do that in certain places. No, like you can't do that while driving. You can't do that while working.
After I speak, we're going to all be quiet and let Lee go. But
yeah.
So I agree with you in the sense of in home and just in the real world, it's not going to be that big of a factor. but out of home entertainment, like a family entertainment center or something like Lee is doing, bringing it to your home or corporate event, that's where it's gonna be. And it's not just VR. Now they can track your hands and stuff. So it's an interactive virtual reality experience. It's no longer just like you're just in here. And that's everything at IAAPA was like that. And I talked to a huge guy in the family entertainment center world, and he's like, that's where it's going. But I agree with you. In the house and in your everyday life, it's not going to be. It's just going to be for entertainment, and you make money on the entertainment side.
Live concerts are going to be in VR. Believe it.
Right.
One of the biggest concerts ever performed was performed in Fortnite, the video game.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Lee.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay, let
that's
me
a
go.
good point. That's a good point, actually, the live concert thing. Yeah.
So nobody knows where VR is going right now because it's all so new, right? This is just like the internet. No one thought the internet was going to be new. No one thought emails were going to be blah, 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 right? Doesn't matter. So what's happening is the biggest companies in the world are all diving into this. So someone's going to push it so hard. Mark Zuckerberg's throwing all his cards in. So he's going to make this technology. And if it catches on even a little bit, all the other companies are going to have to jump in to save face, just like how TikTok came in there, and now YouTube's changed to Shorts, Instagram's changed to Reels. It changed the whole system and the way that it plays. Everyone wants a piece of that pie, and they're going to be too scared to be left in the dust. So the VR, the augmented reality, is going to come in from every corner, and it'll take us 20 years to finally get there. And the technology will all be in contact lenses. Apple glasses are coming out right away. It's just, we just have to keep bending our mind around it, or else we're going to get left in the dust.
This guy's talking about reliving historical events.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
sure.
talking about the retro arcade.
Yeah, that one's cool too. This is always going to be a good thing because classic's always going to be great. But imagine implementing classic into VR, where you're physically sitting in a seat in a chair, and now it looks like you're driving Mario Kart. Like,
Yeah, so it's cool, and I just feel like Google came out with the like Google Glasses, and that failed.
was it
Like I
before its
mentioned.
time though? There's all kinds of inventions that come out before its time, then brought out later that go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and there was a video of them making. There's a few parodies to the metaverse video of Mark Zuckerberg, and they're hilarious. And I kind of agree with the parody where, like, I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg. I know, obviously, he made Facebook, but I don't know if he relates to the average person as much as you know what I mean. Like,
He looks like a robot.
he's a lizard man.
I don't know why he jumped.
He's
on
a lizard.
camera, but he should have definitely not jumped on camera.
He's not going to be the end all be all to the metaverse. It's going to be more like a community thing. It's going to be built up, and it's going to be more free and stuff. People are going to revolt against the Zuckerberg metaverse.
Let's get back into party rentals.
Yeah. I was just going to say that. Let's get into that.
How was your season this year, Lee?
My season was fantastic. I'll just be frank. I was hoping to make 150 grand. It was like that was my dream. So far I've made 182. So it was a very good season. Very busy. Did a lot of things wrong. Did a lot of things right.
And this is year 2 for you, right? Like,
kind of, yeah. Like I think I call it year 3 on my channel, because I was kind of done a full. It's the third season. So yeah. No, it's year 3, I guess, kind of.
okay, year 2.5, 3
Yeah.
years.
This was my second season.
Yeah. So yeah, Justin and Lee are doing great, really. Because I mean, Tent Guy really did all the hard work because he started slow, and I mean, you know, you're far now, but us watching Tent Guy and myself,
Well, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, people are starting to grow faster, I think, because
This
they
guy,
have some
this guy
resources.
right here, whoever this is, wants us to start a crypto channel.
I'd actually, that'd be fun. Okay, so not okay. This is my plan. I'm gonna focus on what I like and what's happening and what's going well. But I'm gonna leech on to you guys in the VR who are you doing VR. So if VR fails, I just unleash and it's fine. If
And
it
blame it all
doesn't
on
fail, I keep my like tentacles leeched on, and then it's all good. So, anyways, we're done with that topic, I guess. So let's.
Yeah. What did you do this year about yourself? How about you?
900 million. All right. Calm down. Look at you guys. Poker faces, eh? So I think like maybe 315. So Lee and I are telling numbers in Canadian, which I think are 75% or so of American prices, by the way. So yeah, 315 is probably more like 270-ish US. And I think I'm fourth year officially. I guess first year was kind of half-assed. You know, I was still working, but yeah, let's say fourth year. And that's probably you too, Lee. You know, you're like officially second year, I guess, but technically third, right?
And officially broke still. Yeah.
Mhm.
Year
Well,
three.
you're
no money in the bank.
reinvesting.
So we want to talk about Tank Guy. He's probably got lots in the bank that way.
No,
A little pause.
It all goes
wife-
into retirement or other things. Oh, and
Okay.
the wife. Yeah, we
the
don't know about
wife.
the ex-wife. We don't know about that yet.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Got real.
That sucks.
I mean, the way it goes is when you know your first many years, you basically just throw everything back into it, and you're living just fine, but you're not anything great. And then all of a sudden, you wake up one day, and it's like, whoa! I'm putting money in, but now what I'm actually making is more than what I'm putting is like way more than it's just like without putting it back in, you never get to that point. But then one day it just happens, and you're like, oh my god, whoa! Now I can do this, and now I can do that, and
it compounds, I guess.
Yeah.
It compounds. No, that's a good feeling. Yeah, and Lee, that's why you're broke. Like, we talked. Lee and I talked, and he's like, I'm broke, but no, you're not broke because your value is in your assets, you know, and they're not just the physical assets, but what you've built up your company to be and represent. So. You're not broke, you know, you have value there. You're valuable. You might not have any cash, but you're not broke. I tell you that much.
One of my friends said every 3 years, and he makes, I think his company brings in 10 million a year. Every 3 years, he tries to take a him year where he'll take a few $100,000 out for himself. And then the other 2 years is just plow it back in.
Yeah, I think it's better for taxes too. Like, not to be all technical and stuff, but you know, like if you put it back into your business, then you're not paying as much in taxes with it being an expense, right?
Right. But so what is everyone's plans for the future?
What did you do this year?
Who, me?
Yeah.
So I'm always slightly a little embarrassed because there is other people I talk to who makes a lot more, and it's like, holy Jesus, you're making millions.
No, I understand. Well, this is all just for relevance.
Yeah, no. So I haven't tallied it up yet totally, but we're just over 600,000, with very, very little expenses this year. So actually, during the COVID was when I got my most profit because like employees were down, buying stuff was down. And then this year, I just kind of went with the same thing. I stopped doing some of the more annoying stuff, getting rid of some of the stuff that just doesn't go out every single weekend. And I didn't buy that much really. So profits are up way more this year from even the COVID year. So even though like, you know, I get little like, oh, this dude's making 5 million in a year, I'm still paying myself more than he's paying himself. So like not just because the scale's larger does not mean like the profit's larger. And my friend said that like he's like from 6 million to 10 million, his company had less profit. Once he crossed like the $10 million mark, then he could see it getting bigger. But for $4 million, it looked like it was shrinking every year until he crossed 10 million.
Yeah, so that's what and there was a local tent competitor here who I occasionally work with, and he said the same thing. Like on a year that's really busy, and technically he gets more revenue in that year, but he's kind of throwing money all around. He needs more employees. He ends up getting crappier employees, and they go slower. just to fill those spots, you know. So he says that he makes the same amount of profit on a $600,000 year as on $1 million year.
Right.
So yeah,
So-
that's exactly in line with what you're saying.
So you can look at this two ways. You can look at it, well, am I stopping at 6 million, or is 10 million my starting point? So, I mean, it's all about mindset, right? I mean, you know, from when you say that, tent guy, it's like, okay, so do I cap it off, or do I like aim higher and bigger and badder, right? Like, where are you at for that? Are you gonna aim higher? Or are you gonna like cap it off? I know that you're in like.
Wait, he's talking about capping it off.
Yeah, no, I am on the cap it off side because I want to take this money from this very labor intensive kind of thing and put it into other things that are less, you know, more passive, like more Airbnbs, other kinds of models of businesses, but still have, you know, the tent business. But it's very time consuming and labor intensive.
You just looked at a crappy lake house, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, the lake house was cool.
It looked good. No, it was a crappy for Airbnb.
Yeah, because market prices are so high that, I mean, he bought it for $114,000. So like, you know, he can charge $300 a night on that and be able to pay his mortgage. Now he's trying to sell it for $380. We'd have to buy it at $370 because there was already an offer at $360. Now you try to get $300 a night on that for only 3 seasons because it wasn't winterized. Now you can't pay the mortgage. So it's like now we're on the hunt for Airbnbs, but like now the hunt's harder. You gotta find them with the low enough price.
Is it me, or did I feel like warehouse prices went down though, and those became easier to find as well? Like while other like actual like private real estate and stuff like that and private homes went up.
Right. I wasn't looking, but yeah, now that you mention it, I was driving around today and there's a bunch of warehouse places for sale.
I've heard about this for a lot of people, how it's easier. You know what I mean? This is a time to get a lease if you want to get a lease.
Right. Interesting. All right.
For me,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll just quickly comment on that since I just moved into a warehouse and I'm in Canada. I was looking pre-COVID, and there was everything like in my size. Right now, mine's small. It's like 1,200 square feet, right? And it seems like all the bigger companies from COVID started moving into smaller spaces. And so by the time that I wanted a warehouse, I didn't even have a choice. I just had to jump on the one that I'm in right now and make it work and there was no deal. I tried to do a bargain because, you know, Les was like, hey, play ball. You know, he's kind of coaching me through it.
You didn't offer him a party rental?
Pardon?
You didn't offer him a party rental? Do an event for his birthday? I'm not joking. I have an 1,800 square foot warehouse with a lot next door, and I got it for $1,000 a month.
Buffalo.
One event a year. Warehouse stuff is cheap here too, but it's just that was a steal, I feel. But I definitely offered him, like, I'm gonna do a big. I'll offer you. I'm like, dude, listen, you let me know what you want, I'll make it happen for a day. All he wanted was like a bounce house and a cotton candy machine. He was thrilled. But like, I would have freaking gave him a tent, dude.
Depends who the guy is, right? Like the person who owns the warehouse that we have, he's got like 100 properties in our city, right? Like
no, you can't do that.
So I want to answer Clint's question as the other thing winds down here. Are you guys taking any bookings for next year? And my answer is yes. In fact, I'm pushing them strongly, and this specifically for larger weddings. And that really helps because it brings in those deposits, you know, 3-4 deposits. But for $5,000, $6,000 tent rentals, you know, that really helps the revenue in the off season. So yes, we are taking bookings, and I'm advertising as much as I can for those tents, like wherever I can in my city. And people are requesting quotes. Like almost every day I get one quote for the summertime. Most of them are just dead ends or people fishing for prices or daydreaming. But yeah, I am advertising strongly now. I'm not putting a lot of money into it, but just like wherever I can, I'm advertising Facebook, Google, Craigslist, Facebook groups. And yeah, I mean, we are getting some quotes for the summertime. So I mean, do it now. It's nice to have your, like, come April, you know, May, it's nice to have your summer weekends filled in for the big stuff, and it just gives you kind of peace of mind for the next 6 months.
Right. I've got a lot of customers who have their second, third, fourth kid graduating, and they usually book in January, February, but they know that, you know, graduation weekends are crazy. So I've been getting people booking graduations in November and December. And obviously I got some weddings now. Weddings really pick up January and February. And then by the end of February, we got a lot of weekends already closed. So I don't ever get too nervous in December. I used to get really nervous, and I would always forget like when people start calling. But right now I don't get nervous in December. I'm actually glad. Like, I got no deliveries this weekend. Phones are dead. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's another point too. Sometimes like I forget to relax. I'm like, because the busy season comes and then you're like just balls to the walls, and then you're like, well, I never took the time to actually, you know, relax and do stuff. So this year I'm trying to like, okay, Wednesday there's nothing much going on. Let's take an off day, go skiing or something. So no, that's a good point. You know, life isn't necessarily, you know, you need a break, I guess, occasionally. And plus, it's a nice balance. You relax, then you work hard, you know?
Right. Oh, yeah. Texas. No off season.
Jordan.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all that. This is the northern crew. We got to get like some southern representation.
Yeah,
here.
well, there's Jordan there.
Jordan.
I'm considering literally moving to Texas. Okay, first of all,
Right.
you guys have freedom. Okay, I'm
Jordan, I'm
like,
gonna send you the link and see if you want to hop in.
like he would. I
Jordan.
think Jordan will actually hire me, and like I could be maybe like a district manager or something. I don't know, but I'm sure we can work something out.
I think about that often. If some huge tent company wanted to offer me $150,000 a year to be just to run the show, but not have to worry about anything like buying stuff and this and, you know, all the stuff we got to worry about, would I take it? I don't know.
Yeah. What are you doing in LA, Jordan?
Tents, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
There's another YouTuber. His name's Kyle Marvin. He was actually a patron of mine, and he started his channel. It's basically day one, his growth up, and he's been in the marketing world and stuff. So he's actually got good cameras and good quality.
Yeah, I've seen it. Marvin's Quest is his YouTube channel. Just to give him a free shout
You're
out.
doing more bar gigs though, aren't you, right now? See?
What's that?
You're doing more bar gigs now, aren't you, right now? Or like,
Yeah, I booked some stuff and they canceled. Like I'm really trying to work my way out of the bartending industry. However, you know, it's winter money, and the nice thing is I've been around since 2012, and it was always corporate focused. So I mean, there's just a lot of repeat clients coming back, so I don't really have to dig for work. However, there's a lot of people putting in quotes for like garbage. Everyone thinks that you should just give bartending away. It's like, go hire your cousin then. Like, this is something on another level. So there's a lot for all the new clients. It's just a crap show. So, but
yeah, I hear what you mean for marketing. What's your difference is.
It's
So-
labor intensive too, and like, you know, you got to be there at night.
Well-
Right, you got to be there at night, you know, and it's labor intensive. I don't know. Like,
I spent years like getting good staff, right? Because I worked in the bar industry first, and so I had like these great staff, but they're all I'm 37 and they're all 37 now. So to get them to work a bar gig now, I gotta pay them so much, right? And I don't want to hire, you know, the people that I hired starting out before the good people that would like make out over the bar and get drunk and like just screw everything up. So I mean, it's a young man's game, really, unless it depends what city you're in too, right? I'm in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Like, what? It's the prairies, right? So the only thing that makes it good with my bartending service is the bottle flipping fire tricks, which I don't really want to do anymore. Sorry to all you bartenders watching this if there's
I get it. So
No,
like
great
if you were in a big city and you had basically like a gig almost every night, it would probably be more worth it. And a bunch of reliable staff that you don't have to be there at every event and whatnot.
Hey, I have a question here for Jordan, actually, one of the viewers from A1 Century Tents and Events. So did you ship? I'm presuming you shipped over your equipment like before you flew over there, right? Like, it's obviously Texas and LA. So you shipped it a couple of weeks in advance and then brought over some guys, or did you hire local people or hire out any local equipment?
So while we're waiting for him, my friend does this. He gets big jobs across the country because some of the he's got double-decker tents. He's got these giant dome tents. He will send out 18-wheelers out there, one driver, however many trucks, and then fly crew out to set it up, or hire. Well, there's definitely some of his crew, but then he also hires these like Mexican dudes who that's all they do is every day they put up big tents, and so they get it done like real fast.
You probably need a marketing team for that. Like, get on those big gigs like that.
Yeah, well, not a lot of people have double-decker tents, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do wonder about that. Like, the other question is, like, how do you get that contract? Did they reach out to you, or?
There's a whole network of stuff. There's bidding sites and bidding networks and stuff that you go in and people put jobs through. And
so the way he actually gets most of his giant jobs is he goes to Matra, he goes to ARA, and because he's big and he spends a lot of money with all these places, all these tent companies, it's just kind of like a networking thing. They just know the people who have these tents, and they know the people who need the tents. So they just connect them. He doesn't like market around the country or anything. It's just like word of mouth. Like, hey, he's got a double-decker tent. Call him. And then next thing you know, he's setting up a double-decker tent in Washington D.C.
Yeah, because some people are like, how do you get your work and stuff like that. But yeah, I think you're exactly right. Like, you can try to do this and that, but at the end of the day, word of mouth and having the actual ability to do the job well, if it's a big job, and having people know you in that regard, will land you the work. Sometimes you can advertise as much as you want, but you won't get the big job because Bob is friends with June, and they're always gonna be using each other, or whatnot. So yeah, you have a point there.
Right, all the big players, they kind of know each other. Like the guys who are going to ARA and dropping $1 million that day, they all know each other, and every manufacturer just has eyes on them and knows them, and because they have that product, and everyone knows they have that product, they get the job.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So, do you have a line into this upper echelon of? Is it like the billionaires club, but you're like the you're going to be a billionaire?
There's no billionaire tent guys.
I want to know. I want to know how I can get a seat for 20 years down the road in this big.
So I know all of them just from the channel and talking to them. But I'm not going to own the product. I'm not going to own a 100-foot wide by 300-foot long structure tent that requires cranes to put up and stuff. I'm not going to be, crane lifting giant structures up onto skyscrapers and stuff. But the way to get there is you got to start buying that stuff and then buying more of it.
You got a special treat here. Jordan's here.
Hey, what's up?
Now it's a real YouTuber party.
It's funny, actually. Jordan and I relate because we got the long hair going on,
Yeah.
How you been, Jordan? How was your season?
Oh, it's going good. Going great. Yeah. We're still doing 10s for every week for sure.
Right. So how'd you land the jobs for the 1060 by 120s?
Yeah.
It's the same. We got a contract through a lady who just does bookings. All she does, she books it and then hires it out. So we didn't do any of the bidding process really. She comes to us. So
is she out of LA or is she just
no, she's out of here in Texas also,
okay?
up more in the.
And what's the logistics on this? Do you send like a semi truck out with all this stuff, or you send a few trucks out and then fly guys out?
No, actually, this job here was only labor, so it wasn't our tents or anything. We just flew up there and put them up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, hotels were paid for. All we had to do was pay for the flights and labor. So we sent up 10 guys.
That's interesting. So they own these tents, or they bought these tents, or
It was hired out by a different crew, also here in Texas, but it was for he has all the stalls for the rodeo, so he was the main part of it, and it was also his tents, but he didn't have guys to put the tents this year, so he got us to do it, and since then he's hired us 2 more times for it. So
nice. Once you're out there, do you rent like stand behind machines or bobcats to put up the center poles, or are you just doing center poles 10 guys with some muscle?
we normally do them by muscle, but no, this guy also has a bobcat and then a skylift for us.
Oh, so you don't have to rent it.
No, he already had that with he used that for his stalls. So yeah, that's what he let us use it also.
Cool. All right, one last question on that though. You flew out there, so you didn't bring any jackhammers with you. How'd you get the stakes in?
He has the attachment for the bobcat.
Okay.
So
cool.
it was all there for us. So that job there was the same job we did here about 2 hours away with the stakes I posted on Instagram that were his 5-foot long stakes.
Right. So if he's got the attachment, are you sending guys to go square everything and just spray paint? Because you don't want to just do one tent at a time. I'm assuming you're putting the stakes in beforehand with a few guys going out and doing all that while some guys are putting everything up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was mainly doing that, spray painting, and then we had 1 guy or 2 guys staking, for 1 guy driving the bobcat, 1 guy holding it, and then we had a crew behind us setting the tent up. So 8 guys setting the tent up, and 3 guys ahead. So we did about 3.5 to 4 tents per day. We finished in 3.5 days. So.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a really smart question, because there was a fairly large job that I did in the springtime, and I'm probably going to be doing it again. And I had 6 guys, and I didn't quite know how to divide up the work. So that's a good point. Have 2 or 3 guys start, and then have the guys setting up kind of in behind them.
Right. You got to know squaring and be pretty accurate with it with your spray paint.
Yeah, especially on asphalt or concrete or whatever you were on there, Jordan. I'm assuming it was asphalt. Grass. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. We have a company here that sets up a big tent on ice in the middle of winter, and it's a multi-day process because they have to go out there and square everything, get the stakes in, then let it freeze so that the stakes aren't coming out, and then go put up the tent. So it's not like your day-to-day where you just lay the tent out and can do it. It's a lot of making sure everything is marked to the math of squaring.
Right. Okay. Interesting. I am getting more calls out of like the states that are requesting jobs in town for corporate. So clearly the corporate world has connections like outside of the city, which is kind of cool to see. There's definitely like a network out there of things going on.
Yeah, I get a lot of calls from people coming to Buffalo from New York City.
Okay, yeah. Like I had a call from New York as well. New York State requesting a tent here in IKEA. I don't know if you guys have IKEA in the States.
There's not one by me.
Store? IKEA?
Yeah, the store. Yeah, they need a tent. But someone from New York, I mean, that's what it said on the caller ID. I was calling for it. So, yeah.
There probably is an IKEA near me. I just don't shop there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a specific crowd, I guess, or something.
What do you got, Justin?
Talk about, boy.
Well, let's ask Jordan what's his plans for the future for next year? Anything big? Anything new? Are you scaling back? You staying the same?
We're actually sailing ahead for with the connection with this rodeo crew for setting these tents up. Like we said, we got 3 at the end of the year, 3 within the last 2 months from him. We're getting more Lowe's jobs for the Christmas tree tents, and we got a new here in town. We have a expo event that we got this year, about that $50,000 event.
Pipe and drape.
So we got three pretty big contracts just this last month. So where we'll be scaling ahead for it.
The pipe and drape.
And that
Pipe and drape,
that
Garland, everything.
I was doing that today
Yeah.
for my, but I'm a stagehand, so I was doing it for the stagehand union for Hale Northeastern, which is like a company up here in Buffalo. They're located in Buffalo, but they're pretty big. They're a pretty huge company. Does a lot of those expos and stuff like that. But I basically covered a bunch of furniture, put some carpet down, and put some stanchions up, and then a couple pedestals with some linens. And they had it all in their warehouse and stuff. I also loaded a bunch of deck and a bunch of like fancy benches that they had sitting in this one warehouse. They have huge warehouse. I'm trying to talk to the owners. They actually like me a little bit, so I'm gonna try and talk to them and try and do a whole warehouse tour. They had freaking fake dock pylons that were going to the one freaking event. It's like I was like, where? I'm like, I know they got freaking wine barrels and all kinds of stuff in here. They have that. He's like, yeah, they're right over there. I'm like, oh, I know you had them. For once you see freaking fake dock pylons for rent. It was interesting.
Jordan, for the other jobs, just out of curiosity, and I mean maybe other people want to know this. How did you land them? Did they? Because I know you bought that company out. So was it just clients from that, from the past ownership of your business or your company, or was it the girl again, or how are you landing some of these other kind of bigger jobs?
The the expo, it happens. It's a pretty big one every year, and we've been trying to get that one since we've bought the company. But they had a contract through a guy that was it was actually Freeman, if y'all know them. They're a company out of Houston, so they were coming from 7 hours away to do this job. But our town couldn't cancel them because we had a contract. So this is the first year we could get it for the contract reason.
And did you reach out to her directly? Do you have someone in marketing doing this, or?
Yes, yeah, we got on the job boards for our town and the city councils, all that. So that's how we got to it. Every year we went up there to the event and talked to her and showed her what we can do and took pictures of what they did, so we would know how to do the job better, or more how they like it. Because they set the job up and leave, and if there's something wrong, they don't have anybody to reach out to. So we were let her know that we'd be here in town, cheaper on labor costs, not traveling, staying in hotels, and all that. So we could definitely do the job cheaper, plus be there for during the event.
Okay,
so
okay,
that's that way. Yeah. But the Lowe's job and the this other guy here, that came from the same contractor. She reached out to us on these jobs. So
I wonder what her job is. She almost sounds like a broker position, or some sort of
that's what she's moving back to. Yeah, she had a crew of about 10, and now just with trying to find labor, she's trying to get out of it and hire everything out.
Yeah.
So
okay.
she's gonna be mainly a broker.
So,
Yeah.
Jordan, do you ever try to look people up on, or you're whoever's reaching out, to look people up on LinkedIn, and then just because you can see their job titles and try and make proposals that way through LinkedIn?
No, we haven't tried that yet. No, we've so far even coming more, we're getting people are still calling us for it. So, because there's not very many rental companies around us. Actually, we're the only one within 2 hours of us. And then we're getting bigger where people know we're going to travel and we're going to do the job. So people are knowing who we are, I guess. So they're calling us for it. There have been several people around us that have went to the job and shown up and got mad and left, and they were out people. They didn't have the event anymore since that company left. So not very good group there.
They're definitely crazy this year.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous for box truck rental this year. But Home Depot was the same price. Like in my one video, it was that's what I used all year.
So if you're a new customer trying to get a box truck rental, it was crazy. My friend, well, I had two 26-foot box trucks that I paid about $425 each a week, and that was my same price that I've been paying for the past few years. My friend got a quote for a 16-foot box truck for the season, and it was his first time going to be a full season person, and it was almost double for a truck that is basically a third of the size when you take into the cubed feet, not just how long it is. So yeah, rental prices on trucks have gone up. If you're a new person, if you've already been in for a while, they're not going to mess with you, and they're going to kind of keep you at the same rate, maybe a little more.
Interesting.
So, hey, do any of you rent red carpet? I get like a call every 3 days for red carpet.
I had some go out this past weekend, but I gave it to him for free because it's a person that does a lot of business, and they were doing some Santa Claus thing. I have 2 rolls of it, and that's it. It doesn't go out much, but it gets asked for. And it doesn't take up a lot of room. I kept the box that it's in, so we just roll it, put it in the box, and throw it up on a shelf.
I have a 4x8 roll, which I sub-rented going out this weekend, Lee. So it's definitely an occasional rental.
I've never done the red carpet thing. I just did it today though, but for a different company. But it was like for a giant red carpet. It was like 8x4. Sorry, I had no water over here. 8x40.
Carpet cleaner?
Huh?
Then you just use carpet cleaner in between. Like, is it a profitable item? Like, I know you
No.
say that it doesn't go out.
No. I mean, you a long time ago talking to you one time, you were like, you told me not to get in photo booths because it's like the amount of money I'm making on it is not going to be worth my time as opposed to putting up, a big wedding, or sending out 200 chairs or whatever. I think the carpet's the same thing. You can have it there, but like it's not a focus. Like I prefer to throw all my money at tents, tables, and chairs, dance floor. The things that are just going out every single week.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I got caught in the trap for a little while of like people were calling for things, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get it. It'll make me money, this and that. And then you realize then it starts all accumulating, and you just look at it, and it hasn't gone out in 2 months. And it's like, why do I even have this thing? Like that thing could have just been 10 chairs, and those 10 chairs could have been, $1,000 over this past summer. Well, that's probably high math, but
I thought my dunk tank. I thought my dunk tank was gonna be like that, but it wasn't. It was wild.
Yeah,
you're in a good spot. Like Canada isn't great for like outdoor games. Like it's okay. There's a few, but I'm sure not as much as in the States.
Buffalo's nuts. I'm in a party city. That's the cool thing about Buffalo. Our bars are open till 4 a.m. Everybody's going out all the time. Like everybody's partying at people's houses constantly. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
So
Calgary's dead. Like where I live, it's like everybody's afraid of COVID. It's like the strangest thing. Like the government just feeds the media like COVID, and everybody's like walking around in masks. Like it's annoying.
I'm gonna lead the question for a second so that we're all talking. On like the red carpet and stuff, like it's a thing I shouldn't have bought. I mean, whatever. I was thinking maybe we just go around and be like, what is something that's just taking up space in your warehouse that you probably should just get rid of that's not making a lot of money? You're probably not going to get rid of it, but like, what are those items that you might not really need? Justin, go.
Well, I have a whole bunch of stuff from the carnival that has to go, but it's not like I got it that I need it. You know what I
Right.
mean? I also have a couple inflatables I'm trying to get rid of.
Right.
But I'm also like, it's weird. My whole let's just go into two things. I'm trying to like next year. I'm trying to fine tune everything. Like I'm getting rid of a lot of the older stuff and trying to have all new stuff when it comes to inflatables. I bought a whole bunch of tent poles, so I'm getting new tops for those. I don't really have too many items that I need to really get rid of, except for some old bounce houses. But then I also have like some shit that's like stored in my warehouse from the carnival that I want gone and trying to get rid of those. So I still have like accumulated space, but I still have a lot of free space, so it's not really bothering me too much.
Right.
And there's a like this isn't the time to sell. If you're selling it right now, that people know you need money or you want money, so they'll offer you low stuff.
That's true. Jordan,
So-
anything?
Yeah, we have a couple modular bars for hiring events that don't go out.
Right.
We bought them for an event, for a Christmas event, and used them for that one for 2 events. And now they don't want them anymore. So we got those that cost us quite a bit of money. And then ever since we bought the business, we've had that a carnival train. That doesn't go out much for us. So 2 things we need to get rid of.
What's up with that? Let's have a conversation about a carnival train. I'm looking for a train.
That sounds cool.
Is it one of those trackless trains?
Yeah, the trackless train. Yeah, it's on Facebook right now, Marketplace there, not Marketplace, the group there. Just asking what people will offer for it. But yeah, we haven't really thought about selling it, but a company here in town, wedding venue, asked for it to buy it, but they were asking too low for it, so we just thought we might ask to get rid of it, but not really trying to, but definitely would get rid of it if we had to. If somebody offered something good. So
Yeah, just
Oh,
keep
yeah,
it-
it doesn't
just-
go out. So they can go
it just
out?
doesn't go out enough for us. It doesn't go out enough because it has to for what we're doing. They always want a employee to go with it and drive it for the hours, and but they don't want to pay the price for it, so it's not worth doing it a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you charging for it?
I think it's going for $250 for 2 hours, and then it gets cheaper after that.
A whole trackless train for $250 for 2 hours?
I think so around here. Yeah, and it doesn't. I think this year we rented it once, and then last year it was like twice. So it's not going out much.
Yeah, no, it's like a pretty expensive piece of equipment there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're expensive.
Oh yeah, it was about 15,000.
Yeah, so why what is there more around your area?
No, just I don't know. I think there's not a lot of people want to pay for stuff around here. It's hard to get expensive events or expensive items at least over here. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know, dude. It's hard to believe about that sometimes because
Well, it's also different companies.
this. I did $100,000 event for a different company in Texas or a mega church from Buffalo.
You're right. Well, he's also like a tent, wedding, big event kind of company. Like if someone had a bunch of bounce houses and rides, it would probably go out with that stuff as well.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
opposed, he's
true.
just setting up a tent and then he just has this one cool piece. Like
That's interesting. Yeah, you don't have event pieces. You just got the one event piece. If you
Yeah.
want the train to go out, you better go to a bunch of different party rental companies, and then you know what I mean. I'd put it for like $800 or $500 on your site for like 4 hours or something like that, and then go ahead and just rent it to them for $300 or something like that, and let them pick it up if you want to or something. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do. Where you can sub it out more because they have the clientele.
or just sell the dumb thing. I think they're dumb.
Yeah, let's talk, man. You know what I mean? I got room.
Yeah, but the company who actually we bought out that was using it, they used it like we're using it, but they also got into pay for booths in the expos here and paid per child to ride it, like $2 a kid to ride it. So that's mainly what they did with it. But most of the time we're just too busy to let an employee go to drive it. So
Makes sense.
we just it's partly us not wanting to rent it, and partly it's not going out anyway.
Yeah,
But-
it's true.
I was gonna say portable bars too. And I'm the bartending guy, right? Like honestly, to get the bars to go out, I have to price them super low or advertise them, and it's not worth my time, and it's taking up space in my warehouse. So portable bars is
They're also bulky, right? Like it's a big item. It's not like, I don't know. It's big.
Wait, you don't think the bars are good? Like the bar or the bartending?
The bar. I have 4 custom made bars, and only 2 of them go out. The wood ones, the other like chrome and stuff, they just don't go out.
How did your trailer do?
I think it went out twice this past year. It's not doing great. It did really great the first year. This past year did not do great. We got some bookings for it next year, but it only cost me $1,000 to buy, $2,000 to build up, and it's super light and easy.
You can probably sell it for a decent amount of money too. Like,
I'm thinking about it so we'll go through this year, and then I might just sell it for like $3,000-$4,000. I hooked up with some of these other Facebook groups about trailer bars and stuff, and I see people selling ones that are like worse than mine for way more, like $10,000. Like, so.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What about your glassware there, tent guy? I was getting into glassware, bought everything, and then I gave it all away because I would just sub it out. Do you make a big bang off glassware?
Yeah,
and so forth?
So someone asked me that earlier today, actually, through Facebook messages. So pre-COVID, the year before COVID, the glassware, flatware plates made about 100,000 on their own. But then you have like a 22 to 30% margin at our current prices. So $22,000 to $30,000 on that. But that's how business goes. You're still making money. I've been talking to the two other places that do dishes around me are raising the prices to 85 cents a piece. And we're at 50. Everyone was like at 55, 60 cents a piece. So now we're going up to 85. And so then the margins will be better, probably closer to 40%.
yeah, I hate glassware and dishes and stuff. And I don't know. I really don't want to be doing it, but people do ask for it. So I don't know. I do end up doing it, and I hate my life, but whatever.
Right.
But I am considering, like, I don't know, if I had someone who I could sub them out from, like Lee, you have a good situation there. Just have them all subbed out. Although that's kind of annoying sometimes too. So I don't know.
I gave all my glassware to the person that I subbed them out.
Yeah.
For, so
Yeah.
it's like, here, you deal with this, and we're kind of working together. However, you can have my glass washer because they gave it back. So I don't know how they're washing all this stuff.
I want to do more foam stuff this year. I'm actually I'm actually looking to have a whole crew go out and do just foam parties. I want to book so many of them. And like vamp it up that way. So I actually have a guys that are looking into just being my foam guys.
Is that big money? Is that big money, foam?
It can be, but it's just fun. And it's really good branding, man. And it's just like once you see one foam party, like 2 foam parties book. And then you go to those 2 foam parties and you book 2 more while you're at those parties.
What's the age demographic?
Anything you can market to any age. Little kids or adults. It doesn't matter. Or
you've done adult foam parties?
Like
raves?
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
I'm gonna try to do more of this jelly ball.
Yeah, like
stuff
who books that?
Hey, you know what?
Kid parties.
You were talking about jelly ball. I just saw this thing the other day because I've been looking at games. Archery tag. Has anyone heard of archery tag?
Yeah, so it's in the same vein. It's marketed the same.
It's old. Archery tag's an old thing.
Yeah, but it's still cool. It's geared more towards so jelly ball will be geared towards like little kids, but also teenagers, and like adults don't mind getting, grandma doesn't mind getting shot with these because they don't hurt as much as like a paintball. Grandma's not going to go jump in and play paintball with you. So yeah, there's the whole market. We're doing Nerf jelly ball. I did think about adding archery to get like, older teens and younger adults. Some sort of water war. You could laser tag goes in with that too. Basically, it's just bunkers and then something that people shoot at each other. But these are cool because like 1,000 things fit in here, and no one needs to reload. Archery's slow, darts are slow. Nerf's slow, and water war is like there's no really way of keeping score, kind of thing.
So is this something that you facilitate and run with like a party person, or they just pick them up from you and organize their own?
The jelly ball, I think we have to have someone on site. The Nerf wars, we would just go set up the bunkers and then leave. But the jelly ball is a little more complicated, and you want to make sure the kids got their goggles on and stuff. So yeah, the jelly ball, I think, is the only one you got to actually be there for. Nerf and arrows and laser tag, I think you can just drop off. I don't know. It's not big money though. It's $350 for a 2-hour party. I mean, that's not really good, but you can just send one person to do it. And I partnered with someone, so he does it, and I just collect money.
See, that's one thing that confuses me.
You're obsessed with
about
these
all you-
partnerships.
Yeah, they're easy for me.
Got same
All right, go
question, I
ahead.
think. So go ahead, Lee.
No, I'm just.
So
yeah,
we're just
One of you's got to
There's
go.
a delay, right? Yeah. Go on, Lee. I'll stop.
No. Oh well, mine was kind of off too. I was just like, you guys are all, go out, deliver, do stuff. But like, I make so much money off people picking up stuff. I encourage people to pick up. I mean, granted, you guys all have like bigger operations with more people. It was me and 2 other guys at my most at certain times. But like, I make so much money off of the pickups. My biggest item was pop-up tents. People picking them up. I made more money off of pop-up tents than marquees last year. So I mean, if I were to do archery tag or jelly ball or any of that, I'd be like, here's a DIY kit. Put it in a few totes and have someone pick it up. Save
Right.
the labor.
Then don't do everything but the jelly ball.
But the jelly ball.
See, that's interesting. I'm actually setting it up so on Fridays I'm going to do pickups, and I'm going to have
we're
it
back.
specific time. What did you say?
I said we're back. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So Friday, I want to do pickups on Fridays, so people pick up on Fridays, and then they drop off on Mondays. I'm gonna have a guy there for like a 6-hour window, but he's also gonna be like cleaning my warehouse and getting things ready, and also organize everything when those 2-hour periods. So he'll have like a dual responsibility as well.
Jordan, do you do a lot of pickups? Do you let customers come pick up a lot of stuff?
Yes, mainly what our second location is. So the second location that does the concrete machine, that's mainly our pickup spot there.
Right. I guess it just comes down to everyone's experience and whether it weighs one way or the other. I hate them. Too many customers show up with not the right size vehicle, and if they got the right size vehicle, they don't have coverings for anything. And if they do have coverings, when they bring it back, they don't cover it or they leave it out all weekend. And I had someone break a propane heater. Someone destroyed 50 chairs that fell off the back of their truck. I just kind of hate them. And then a lot of them is just like, we want 10 tables, 1 chair, or other way around.
10
It's
chairs,
like,
1 table, yeah.
yeah,
It
it's
really
like
is.
not even worth it. Come on. So I just kind of hate them.
So you guys want to see what a foam machine is and stuff like that? Like, what were you saying, Lee?
Well, okay, so I'm thinking about it now. Like, so when I automated, I still do lots of quotes, but I get tons of these, 10 tables, or 1 table, 10 chairs, and it adds up. And like, it's actually keeping me alive right now doing it. They're just coming in automated, and so I don't even have to organize anything. I just look at my sheet for my computer for the day, and it's like, oh, okay, and then they show up and in and out in 2 seconds.
Right, I get it. Have you had any like nightmares with people just like messing up your equipment though, because they're handling it instead of you?
Totally.
Okay, do you charge them for it or?
Well, I put in the like an extra 10%, right? The RPP, rental protection plan. And so now when stuff comes back broken, it doesn't bother me as much, right? But yeah, stuff like my stuff gets beat up hard. But whatever. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just, I don't know.
Right.
You want to see this cool video I made? I'm putting this on my homepage. I think I want to mess with the edits a little bit more though. Ooh. So I just downloaded it off of Facebook real quick because I sent it through my phone to a bunch of people, and the quality was crap. But it looks way crisper when it's gonna be on my channel. But yeah, you get the gist of it though. But yeah, you see all the different demographics of phone people.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually a good video. I like it. It's a good video. Yeah.
There's a lot, but I'm saying like there's like little kids using foam in that video, and there's also like preteens, like young adults and kids at the same time, and then you just see all the adults going nuts over the freaking glow in the dark foam.
Yeah, I'm shocked that foam machines are so popular, but yeah, I guess they are. It's definitely. I have never seen an event with foam up here.
It's so new. But there's a lot of people in Canada. Like it's getting weird too because I'm actually like all the manufacturers. There's only one manufacturer for like bounce houses that actually does foam slides or foam slip and slides. And I'm trying to get all the manufacturers to do it because there's a way to do it. You can't just take that can and shoot it all over a slide because it's just a liability. Yeah.
I have to go. Sorry, I got to enter another. This is my 7th interview of the day. This is the only one that's not mine. I got to go do my own now. Some guy was supposed to do it earlier. We were off on time zones. He's in Pakistan, but I'm out, guys.
For now, yes, I only do staff foam events. I want to do some rentals when I get the slides. That's the only time I want to do a foam rental. But we're gonna close out on all of this though. Why don't we just say goodbye with everybody? Adam, say goodbye first. Les, everybody stay in the back room. So don't leave. We'll chat. But I'm gonna sign you guys off one by one. Les, you go first.
I gotta figure out how.
No, I can do it. Just say hi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I can just.
Okay, TRB Vlogs, check it out. Thanks for joining us, and take it easy. Work hard. We'll see you later.
And then we got Les or Lee. I throw your names. I butcher them all the time. I do that to you guys. I'm sorry. The bartending, photo boothing, rental guy.
Yeah, so go check out my channel. If you like Justin's channel, you might like my channel. Yeah, the bartending, photo boothing, rental guy. I want you there.
He's getting bounce houses too, I guess. He wants some bounce houses. His decor game is on point. His edits are on point too. I'm like, he's the one that sent me the editor. Why I even actually do edits and actually even know anything about YouTube is half because of his direction and watching some of the YouTubers that you do. And I really want to give you a big shout out for that because it really was a big help, man. And then stay in the back room. We'll have a chat, man. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe to his channel for sure.
You know what? Do me a favor. Instead of liking and subscribing my channel, go to Jordan's channel because he has some real secrets on his channel. You're my hero, I mean that, and I'm not joking around when I say that.
He's next level 2. I'm gonna get to him right now.
Yeah.
But I'll see you, buddy. I'll be in the back room. Jordan, my buddy, the surprise for tonight. Like, you weren't even scheduled to be here. I'm so glad you showed up. I didn't even think about your channel because you got to post more, my friend. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, every time you post something, I'm always on it because it's no BS. It's like, oh, this is gonna be some juicy stuff. Like, this is gonna be, you know what I mean? Little dry sometimes, but honestly, it's just straight up educational, and that's why I like learning the big stuff. I remember you asking about people wanting to look at your welding carts, and I was like, yo, that's the video I'm waiting for because I want to weld some of my own.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be making more of those when we slow down here. But my channel is definitely a post more, but just busy for it. Not a lot of edits for it. It's just straight to what the job is and what I'm doing.
I think it's perfect, dude. Honestly, you don't even have to change it. I really like you have the best tent washer video. I feel like it just goes really in depth. Honestly, I think that's really needed. Like the different options on that. Then you you actually have the best how to square a tent video too. I think.
Yeah, that's one I found for sure. Yeah, I think so. Which I haven't seen very many of them either, but yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I eye everything up, but I don't even get into the bigger tents. You know what I mean? Where you can't really eye it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
but even on a 40 by 100, like I can eye that.
Yeah, and we normally do also unless it's for a certain client.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But when you're talking about some of these crazy structured tents, and you can't really be doing that. But definitely check out Jordan's channel. It's A1 Century, or what is it?
Yes, A1 Century. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Check out his channel. You gonna come around some more? Do some more videos with us a little bit? It's wintertime for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we should be slowing down here after we go back and pick at least these 60 by 120s here. We should be looking to slow down a little bit. So yeah, awesome, I'll be around.
Seriously, man, it's nice seeing you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. It's great.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we'll see you at IAPA too.
Oh yeah. We'll be playing on it. So.
All right, let me end this broadcast. And everybody that's watching, stay safe, subscribe, and have a happy holidays. We're gonna see you next week, Wednesday.